Okay.
Yo!
Huh?
But... What? Conspiracy!
It's all clear now.
What?
Just give up. What? Goodbye.
You know?
Let's go. What? It's certainly possible. Such ignorance. What? Come on.
It's true.
Interesting. What? I see. I see. Naturally.
Found it! What? What? Hey! Come on now!
What?
Of course! Hey, in other words, yes, indeed.
Necro is the 16th student, the one they call the Watch Out for.
Why?
Huh? Yes, indeed. Well, now. Hey,
What? Such ignorance. That's right. It's certainly... What? It's all clear now. So, in other words... Let's go. I see. Very strange. That's right. I see. Very strange. Why? What? Let's go. Hmm. I see. What?
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults. It damages us little by little until the end. Anyway, so, please...
That's right.
Hey.
What? Why?
Could it...
Come on.
In other words...
Hey,
What?
is that right? Indeed.
Let's go.
But...
Correct. That's right. Whew. So... However... Wrong. In other words...
Just a second.
Makoto. It would seem... Goodbye.
Girls, check! Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But then I'll...
No! That's a ghost!
But
Well, that seems like the latest of...
There's a limit to how much ridiculous.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
her traits?
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if...
And would you happen to...
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently...
Oh! You know, now that...
They probably just got burnt up. I'm not convinced. The ghost... That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves. What is...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolute...
This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko! Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up!
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Shoot! That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
Prove the dead body
they got burnt up in the explosion!
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well,
Yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong. No. There's... Whoever it was, they were... I imagine trying to wear gloves over... Besides, Kyoko wears gloves. It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious of...
jeez, man, you don't know women, huh?
If anyone doesn't know women...
Well, Kyoko,
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't... If I wore fake nails, the gloves would...
Then that's that. The dead body...
which should have been obvious since...
Okay, so then, who's the real victim?
That's the first thing I said. You...
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure... I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition, and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma. Oh, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. The face... And there wasn't any description in the... Oh, if we can't identify the...
No, that's wrong. There was one clue.
What? For real? You're lying. You'll die of...
Cruel and unusual.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them,
The key to figuring is the tattoo on the back.
Oh, yeah. Her master must have made her get it. To be like...
Seriously? They really did...
No, that's not it. The identity of...
Oh, really?
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's an...
Okay,
To show that they're a member of the team, each would get a tattoo representing Fen...
understand? The representation of
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. He's the child of the trickster god.
Man, after all this
A wolf tattoo.
Exactly. Which means that person, so it must have been.
What? Hold on. Isn't she?
Yes, indeed. The trial.
Are you saying the...
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that...
But I mean, being the ultimate despair...
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the... After all, looking at her profile, all it said was that she was the... If I remember correctly, Kyoko. That's...
So that means...
Who was she? She's been gone this whole time? And when she usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot...
So you're saying she wasn't, which would mean she was the same as us.
Then who's the...
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after...
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro.
My information...
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial. Please limit all future prattle, chatter.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the master. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are.
I have officially decided to complete now then. Just so nobody... The reason we're having a class trial... Hammer that point strong.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are...
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 7...
Nope. There are only 6...
Seriously?
Who did it? Who's...
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down...
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right?
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko.
Why do you say that?
Allow me to just after nighttime last night, I went to that. At that point, there was no... So, the murder must have taken place. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I...
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis.
Are me and Makoto.
Exactly so.
I have
Are you thinking of raising an up?
Well, before that, doing that might reveal...
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm. Well, it was after nighttime for sure, so the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder. Oh, but... What time...
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right?
Shoot! Shoot! I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m. Since...
He's right. There had to be...
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime
For me, I was already asleep before night, but I'm sure I met up with everyone else before.
We ran into each other in the diner. Oh, yeah! Right around 7.
which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Shoot!
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
No, he's wrong. Actually, the murder couldn't have happened.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off, so if the body had been in the garden, then it should have been completely...
Oh, hold on. The body was wet.
Sorry, Toko.
I'm wrong? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such...
No, I'm saying that the body was...
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you...
Man.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you... I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! You don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! You don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it. Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the top half of the body was... If the sprinklers got the body wet...
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal... I'm so sick of her.
Let's just... The reason only the top half was wet was... While the body was still on fire...
Oh.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body sometime after the sprinklers tripped...
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and...
But Makoto's alibi was only missing for...
So there's no way Makoto could have done it!
In which case, the only one...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school, which is why I can't let...
So are you saying...
Of course I'm not. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy!
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss!
Anyway, Kyoko, you... Huh? She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair, so she killed her to try and put a stop to... But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all, and as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then...
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that's because you see...
Interesting.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
I got it! You're talking about the top.
You catch on quick. You're right. All you have to do is cover. In fact, that's the dirt pattern on the tarp, and it's only one side of the tarp got dirty. Because the side that faced down over this proves that the killer used.
But why would they go to all that effort?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of, in other words, to create an
Wait.
And what might that... By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Shoot!
By covering the body with the tarp,
The killer prevents...
So the reason that...
Because the sprinkler got that.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
by covering the body with the tarp.
The killer prevents...
So the reason that... Because the spring... But the underside, it was totally...
It's because that side was protected, but since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, it's wrong. Actually, one side being clean is pretty... Because the blood was... Yakuya said it himself. If you put a tarp on a body and that...
Well, maybe the culprit washed...
If they had, they would have washed both sides.
Oh!
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body... What if, after the killer used the tarp, they then covered the body in blood that...
You mean someone else's blood?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood. That's what Hifumi did, right?
No, that's the killer got the blood from right there.
I got it! Could it have been...
What? Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before... But after the...
So, you're saying... Man!
Killing a living thing just to do something like that?
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't anyway. There's no denying that a chicken went missing.
Perhaps, but even so, you said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the blood. If that's the case, then the blood should have soaked in. But that's not what we saw. The ground was
I have to agree. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene.
They covered it...
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat?
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the...
Then that...
Sorry, I'm having a tough...
Here's what happened. But the body didn't get wet. Because then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual tarp. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime.
If that's actually what took place, it's...
But wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that different. They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and they'd be done in no time.
Maybe.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto and...
Oh no, I headed off to the gym.
Then he had plenty of time to... Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Well then, it looks like we're back. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him.
For serious, man? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's...
Oh!
See? Pretty good.
No, not that.
Well, don't just stand there.
You know that knife we found all...
One we found stuck in... According to the Monokuma file? So?
I'm pretty sure that's what I thought when I...
You don't seem surprised.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide?
It's not that I hid it.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it! 12,000%!
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, and that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged... in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid...
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Makoto, just because I had the knife, that automatically makes...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, and that seals it. Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife and...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid...
If he did have that knife, that seals it!
Look, just because I had the knife, that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question. You took that knife...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it! Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what...
No, it's wrong! Wait, hold on. That should be clear from the description.
Lies! We never talked...
No! The killer covered the dead body. In other words, the victim never wore that...
Okay, fine.
So... the knife had been thrust through the coat. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, obviously the stab wound is...
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to...
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states...
Oh yeah, it sure did.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away. Exploding the body afterward was the explosion severely damaged the body. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy...
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound, and then they meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death.
Oh, hey, I have a question. What's the deal with that explosion anyway?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between...
Well, if you're so smart...
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level sponge.
I might be dumb, but even I'm...
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell...
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny that fragment reveals the... Huh? That's only natural. We saw the same... It's part of a ball... Oh!
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming... They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury, and the only one who is the only other...
Hold on a second.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like... we need to think...
That's true. It's definitely buggy.
Fine. I have no problem with that. It won't change the facts of the... Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
Yeah, she was already...
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other...
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
and more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue? The victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Shoot!
Then... Shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was...
And it wasn't you because of the money. There's a...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. Yes.
Well, yeah. She was...
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered
countless wounds across her entire body.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury
Has yet to be determined.
correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't you because then there's only one...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed she was
Hit on the back of her head.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed she was
Hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Then, shall we continue the
debate. The victim's
fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, it's wrong! Mukuro died because of a blow to the back.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh.
Oh, yeah, good point. If they were old...
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the...
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object.
Oh, I bet...
How is that even possible?
Well, maybe they held it the other way.
No way! The balance would be off. I wouldn't mind testing it.
No, thanks. I bet you just hit me with...
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain.
I feel the same...
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right?
We already know?
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced...
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in...
Arrow.
Indeed. There's...
Are you sure? Hey! How dare you? But I'm not back-talking anything.
the titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because in the Monokuma fight, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to Matt, you have no right!
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Because it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
No, it's wrong. You're right.
Another...
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a... The killer probably uses duct tape to bundling them together using the duct... And that's exactly...
It's similar to Aesop's fable. That one stick is weak, but put them together.
Damn, that's not...
How is it harsh?
Anyway, as for who the culprit is that stashed, it was you.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no. You
How can you say that with such...
because we have proof.
Oh,
What's... Surely you don't intend... You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo right here.
And how does that prove anything?
Because
It was...
Don't bother trying to flick. That key is just your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts. This all proves that you are the true culprit.
hold on a sec.
Not this again. You really
No, it's not that. There's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko. Last night, why? That's what I need.
I was just... protecting.
What?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make...
I knew you were stubborn, but this...
Really? But you Can you tell me I'm wrong?
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
What are you, Master? Would you never hide something from me?
there's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room.
Correct?
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
What do you... Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you...
Master, would you never hide something from me?
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, it's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko... Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what... And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had... Without my room key, am I wrong? Then you're finally starting to under...
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you— But of course I have an alibi. From night I couldn't possibly have killed anyone.
Someone had to put the key.
There's only one other— Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene— I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it. Let's think about it one more time.
Huh?
First of all, there's something off. Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the master—
Okay, time's up. Class trial's all over.
What? Time?
What do you mean time's up? There's—
It's because you were late, so we had to push back. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Yep. Hey! Shing! Thrills, chills, kill!
I don't expect you to forgive me.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
this is...
It would seem...
What the?
In other words... Calm down. In other words...
What did you...
So... Just a second. It smells awful. Indeed. So... Hey. Hmm? So... you... Indeed. However... It's true. In other words... Indeed. Makoto. That's right. It would seem... Hey. Indeed. However... Why is that? Correct. However...
But I should. My goal isn't to get...
Listen. Hey. Correct. So... Correct. So... In other words...
Huh?
No matter what...
So,
However... So... It's true. Indeed. Correct. However... So... However... However... Anyway... Correct. That's right. In other words, hey. Indeed. Anyway... Correct. However... Correct. Indeed. Correct. In other words, Makoto. Indeed. That's right. It would seem... Indeed. Anyway... Indeed. That's right. It's true. Indeed. Hey. So... Wrong. Right. Indeed. It's true. How... What? Wrong. However, So... However... Right. However... So... However... Correct. Wrong. Hey. Indeed. That's right. Whew. Listen. So then, in other words, however, because so right. Indeed. Shall we go?
Well now. I don't believe... Pung!
What?
Shing! Making me angry!
Right. However, now, Because... In other words... However... Right. Indeed. However... Am I wrong? Listen to me.
Well?
Well... That doesn't matter. That's right. Because... However...
What the heck?
Indeed. Hey. Indeed. Listen to me. Hey. That's what we have to do. It's true. It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope... Hey.
Barrett! What's wrong?
In other words...
You guys! I can barely contain myself! Barrett! You guys! I can barely contain myself!
It's true.
You guys!
Listen to me. Hey.
What's wrong?
Hey. Listen.
Now I'm rich!
Whew.
Hey!
Hey. However... Whew. So, because... So... Listen. Indeed. However, in other words, so it would seem in other words, correct. Hey. That's right. It's true. Makoto. In other words, at the very least, indeed. Right. It's true. Indeed. In other words, however, wrong. Whew. However, correct. Hey. However, anyway, shall we go? Whew. However,
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it.
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little...
I'm just asking to make sure, but...
What?
What the heck?
Ah!